Hey Rebels, so I received a message and I'm being told that you are learning to temper your ego. So there's a lot of energy here about ego temperance. So before we dig into the cards, let's pull out our angel number book and we have number 798. 798. So that's 798. It reads, forgive yourself. Drain the negativity. Your angels encourage you to be more forgiving to yourself. The mistakes of your past are being dwelled on in an unproductive way. Give yourself the time. Gift, gift, present, gift yourself the time and patience you give others. Lie, Lie, lie in meditation today and visualize all the negative energy you feel draining out of you into the ground below. So, we're looking at grounding yourself and giving that energy back to the earth, and so it can regenerate and cleanse it into positive energy. Go hug a tree. Go hug a tree. Touch a tree. If it's cold where you at, it's a great time to take your gloves off and just hug the tree. All right. Allow the tree to take all that energy from you and do what nature does best. So we have Shadow Affair, Suit Up, and Frequency Caution, with a card that has been coming out a lot, and it's the Spiral card. So, Shadow Affair. And with the 798 message that you just received from the Angel Number Guidebook, reevaluate how you deal with stress. Yes, I know you've been working on it a lot, but the thing about evolution and the thing about growing and evolving is that you revisit the blueprint and you make certain adjustments as needed to present yourself or the product going forward better. All right, so let's move these to the side real quick. Let's pull out some tarot and see what other information that Spirit would like for us to pay attention to and focus on. All right, seeing one already. All right, quick changes coming about. Quick changes coming about. So leave that right there in the middle. Leave it right. No. Okay. Yep. Leave it right there in the middle. All right. Then we're gonna go King of Swords, and we're gonna take this one right here. I see you. I saw you. Two of Cups, Magician, and the Eight of Swords. And the bottom of the deck energy is the Eight of Cups. So what I'm seeing here with this Eight of Cups being the overall energy. All right, come back here. I see it. I see. No, just this one. Just this one. We have a card. Oh wow! Look at that. Splitting the deck. Let's move all this over. Just change, not so much. All right. So clarifying the Eight of Cups at the bottom, we have the Ace of Wands. Spirit is saying that you have been presented with such an opportunity and you are questioning yourself in some aspect of form. There's a sense of doubt. It's not a question that you are asking out loud. It's more so your past self is pulling at you and tugging at you out of fear. You're moving further into this new cycle that is unfamiliar territory to you, though you have been placed in preparation of just enough knowing to know how to move, who to be of yourself. Because even though you're your authentic self all the time, no matter how ill it may seem to others, there is a place and a time for each energy of yourself. So keep that in mind. Spirit said you have everything that it is that you need. The thing that seems to be bothering you is in your past situations, you knew how things was going to play out. You knew what certain people would say. Even the surprise that came your way, confirmation, even the surprises that came your way, there was such a reflex of you that was utilized that it seemed as if you just free flowed through it so easily, as if nothing could stop you. Even though you worked your ways through those situations held on to you so tight that it was very complex for you to get here, moving forward and in the now, to know what parts of you would be required to keep and what parts of you it was safe to let go of. I'm seeing that you have definitely been working on your balancing your masculine and your feminine. So proud of you. But as sharp as a knife as you are, as sharp as you have sharpened your blade, you still seem a little bit discouraged. So with this Knight of Wands, not Knight of Wands, this Knight 8, come on, let's pull it together. With this Ace of Wands, clarifying this 8 of Cups, though you're willing to push forward, though you are willing to continue to be as active as you're able, there is still a pit inside of you that is causing you to be extremely weary about who it is that you're going to become. And I have this feeling that Spirit is going to want to let you know, don't concern yourself about that too much, though pay attention to it, because this will not be the last time that you feel that pit of doubt within you or in the steps that you take. It's that pit of doubt. It's that pit of doubt, that bottomless pit of doubt that is necessary in order for you to understand the level of celebration that you are permitted to have once you reap your rewards. Meaning that, just like the spiral, no matter what happens, what's meant for you is going to be for you, and it's going to meet you exactly where you're at. No one, nothing can force you beyond the points that you are prepared to go through, to meet. And though you can have suggestions from others, though others may direct you and guide you, do remember that they are as well a part of you becoming aligned with who you are, even if it seems, which at times it will actually be, that someone is trying to detour you off of your path. It is a testimony to your strength, your will, and your ability to be discerning of what is required of you next. Even more and further so, with this shadow affair, with the shadow affair that you're having, it may seem tempting for you to go back to the rebellious state that you found yourself depressed in, the rebellious state that you found yourself in a darkening period of. Spirit said, equip yourself. You know your triggers. You know how much is too much. So, therefore, even in those moments, if they are to happen again, that you don't show up as the best you are to hold yourself accountable. Don't punish yourself. Readjust yourself and continue to proceed as you are able. All right. So with this Two of Cups, we have You Are My World. There we go. And then with Chariot, we have Addict. With the King of Swords, we have Tradition, top and bottom. Revenge with the Eight of Swords. Athlete with the Magician. And Sadness. I'm here. You wasn't there shooting with me in the gym. You were not there shooting with me in the gym. So ultimately, what Spirit really wants you to know is that this period that you are entering, there is going to be so much temptation coming your way, trying you, seeking you out to be arrogant, seeking you out to fall back into this depression and disappointing yourself. The beginning of this year has been so compacted with everything, so much of everything that you would have thought would have been spread out throughout the year. But Spirit said that so much of what has already happened this year, for you personally, not globally, but for you personally, has been seemingly the worst of the worst. Now, what's to come, there's going to be more. The challenge for you is, how do you manage to carry yourself, guide yourself through the remainder of this year with the intentions that you set for yourself for this year, for this now, for this energy that has come in to greet you? Can you see the intentions that you set for yourself, that Spirit has arranged for you throughout all this madness? Are you able to prioritize your vision, your goals, that set intention? That set intention. Recall what you wanted to see for yourself come the end of this year. Right now we're in 2026, 1st of March. Remember, hold on to it, because there is nothing that is happening or going on that should prevent you from, I'm hearing prevent a lot, that should prevent you from being able to experience yourself as you proceed forward and you actually apply yourself. We're not promised tomorrow. So what matters for you on the other side of this life experience is all that you felt yourself capable of doing and actually applied, not what you just thought. Yes, your thoughts are beautiful, but how do we move past the unforgiveness, the unforgivable? How do you move past the unforgivable that's perceived and continue to see yourself? You didn't make it this far for no reason. There's so much trying to hold you back. And at times, the addictions that you had, and I'm not speaking just, pharmaceuticals and stuff, the addictions to the ways of being is what's being released. Now, revenge with the Eight of Swords. You don't know what's coming, but the swords are a lot. They've set a path for you right here over this water. The swords are laying right there. No, these are not swords made out of wood. You call them magic swords, okay? The things that you don't see coming are the exact things that people are going to be envious of because they don't understand. They don't want to understand. Though they will have the question of, how did you make it happen and why are you the one? Why did you get to have that experience? Why could they not knock you off your pedestal and knock you off course in just enough time to prevent all that you are about to be abundantly treasured for? Can you give us a little bit of sound advice when it comes down to what it is? Here's a card. Give us a little bit of sound advice about what it is that we need to watch out for. Caution of your influences when it comes down when it comes down to you making your decisions. Make sure that you are not running away to just escape, but make sure that you are cleansing yourself of the energies that you are removing yourself from. Only you, only you. Spirit chose you for a reason. Your ancestors chose you for a reason. Your spirit chose you for a reason. I was just having a discussion with a friend earlier, and I was expressing to him how certain things come up to the surface because he's not really one who dreams, but for the strangest reason, he had a dream, and the dream was so off-putting to him because he couldn't connect the representation of the dream to his reality. But what he did feel was the urgency, the compassion, and the right and wrong of the discussion that he was having. He also saw himself be more humanized, humane within the dream due to the fact that he was having this conversation with two little girls, and he felt that the two little girls in his dream were like adult figures in his life, right? Spirit chose you for this. So though there's parts of this that you aren't quite sure why it's happening, you're pleased, you're excited in the most what am I to do with this type of way? You are going into this so blindly, so blindly. So then we say it's a surprise. You're going into this so blindly that you don't even know what you signed up for. You don't know what you signed up for, but it's happening. And Spirit said, let it happen. All right? Let's get out of here. Okay, so athlete, party, and a magician. Oh my goodness. This makes me want to cry. And in such a beautiful way. Not sad, not depressed. To have the magician, athlete, and party here, you don't even know who you are. You have an idea. What you're living in this current day is the idea of who you are. And Spirit say, just keep on going. I'm seeing Dory. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Think about how soothing that is. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. You have no clue of who it is that you are going to become. Obviously not, right? Because the final verdict isn't out until you're out. At the bottom, we have fatality. Release, release, release. Oh my gosh, I'm just not seeing. So you got a feminine, masculine, masculine, feminine, crisscross applesauce, whatever that means for you. With the fatal and something's peeking at the bottom. All right, you know how we do. Fatality and dismiss. Spirit said, yes, there's a fatality to what it is that you are leaving behind, what you have left behind. And I'm sure that you've been able to feel that within yourself, remembering who it is that you were, forgiving yourself for the things that you did that you didn't know better about, but that you are better informed about now. And you've been able to look around yourself as you leave your comfort zone of just being isolated in your hermit mode with yourself. And you've been able to see others who is actually exhibiting behaviors that you have let go of. I'm hearing don't save her, she don't want to be saved. They have to go through the experiences and the lessons. Maybe not the same way as you did, but due to their course circumstances. So I see we're still in a morning energy, but obviously you have kicked the gear. You've kicked the gear up just a little bit, and you're perceiving to be doing a lot better than what you were yesterday. To you, it may not seem like much has changed or done, but I'm sure that if you were to get honest responses from others, they feel it. They feel it. They don't know what it is. So therefore, how honest of a response can they give you about the details of the changes and the adjustments, confirmation, and the weight that you have released from yourself if you yourself can't quite identify it and you have elevated to an understanding that they have yet got to? So how is it that you expect for someone to tell you about you? So this is why Spirit wants you to spend more time getting to know yourself. Watch out for your influences. We have Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-action, entitlement. Yeah. Watch out. Be careful for the influences and how people project their doubt onto you. You are going to have to be a little bit cold at heart, but that does not mean that your words or your responses need to cut others when you're letting them know where you stand. And oftentimes we forget how valuable silence is. Listen to them, because even their doubt is cluing you in on who you are, the courage, the ambition. You're moving too fast. They want you to slow down. They want you to put yourself in a slumber and rest. But I don't see you doing that anytime soon. Say this is about as restful and as peaceful as it gets for them, right? Only if they knew what you had going on internally. And a lot of them, they would like to know. So with addiction and chariot and escape, we have balance. Yes. Yeah. Yep. We have pride, death, and the spirit whisper. And at the bottom, we have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight of awareness. I acknowledge my fear. Say it with me. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight of awareness. That has been this entire message. Though the cards that have been laid out on the table seem as if you should be afraid, no, you shouldn't. There's no need to be afraid. Spirit is giving you this confirmation message to let you know your doubt is there for a purpose. I love myself and I see myself in everyone, even that needs your forgiveness. Sidebar message, Spirit, well, inclusive. Spirit said that there are things that you believe yourself to have forgiven yourself for, and in actuality you have. The issue for you is that Spirit wants you to look at is when certain details of that said forgiving situation or representation of you comes up, continue to be aware, continue to work with it, and continue to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself means change behavior. Forgiving yourself means reality checking your beliefs. Okay, cut the deck. And be authentic. Be authentic. And we cut the deck again. Cut the decks. Impossible things. Working through disbeliefs. Split the deck. To feel the other side of each other. Put that there. Split the deck. I love these split the decks. Oh, savings. Okay. Let's see. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and your path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So all that anger, that sadness, I see it. That sadness. 9 of Wands. That doubt, that frustration, at times that moment of resentment. Watch how you work yourself. Watch how you work yourself. Because due to where you have come from on your journey, you tend to overly invest yourself, not just in others, but you tend to overly invest yourself in the sense of the doubt that you've done just enough, that you're prepared to move forward, that it is okay to go back and tweak something just a little bit. It's easier to work on yourself. For most people, it's easier to work on themselves without the outside gratification and the validation and the criticisms as you move along. So, looking back at who you once were in the eyes and identity of others, Spirit would like for you to realize how those were people-pleasing activations that caused you not to be able to be grounded in who you were. Spirit would like for you to realize that when you were in that energy, they're trying to get my throat, when you were in that energy, that you actually were praying through your ego, through your pride, through your generosity, to not have all eyes on you. I feel that there was something about you where you felt that things will be able to move along a lot better, a lot easier, and that you will be able to ground yourself a lot simpler if no one was watching. If you were able to do this, whatever those things were, solo, without other people critiquing it. Spirit said, now you have it. And now there is something in you that's yearning to go back, and not in a good way, yearning to go back to the critiques and the judgment because you were so used to that. So it is important for you to continue to move forward, and don't necessarily coddle yourself, but comfort yourself through the discomfort of not having those uncomfortable judgments around. The Spirit said, now you're having your way. You get to keep so much of yourself private, and so you can work in peace. The thing that has been driving you is the fact that the noise is no longer around as consistently as it once was. So now that you got the gift that you asked for, that time to yourself to be able to focus on self. Why punish yourself by going back to something that you knew discouraged you from being your authentic self? Message. Split the deck. What do we have? What do we have? I felt like the Pillsbury Doughboy for a moment. Blank canvas. All right. Starting from scratch, even though you're not necessarily starting from scratch because you've been equipped with so much life experience. You have been equipped with the materials that you need to move forward. Things are meeting you where you are. So if it's even a money matter, keep going. It's waiting on you. It's waiting on you. You know how they say, somebody's calling your name. There's someone out there is waiting on you. Your abundance is out there waiting on you, and it's not going to touch you until you're ready because it wants to make sure that you are ready. And then it will present itself. All right? So blank canvas, fresh start, reset, clean slate. See how the energy turned? Yes, it's time to go. Your past does not equal your future. You can make your future whatever you want it to be. Start now. It's up to you how you want to paint. Rebels, I love you so much. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Okay, one more card. What do we have? We have 0303. I'm sorry, those threes was just drawing me in, baby. Okay, but you know what they say about zeros? Zeros heighten the power and the energy to the number surrounding it. So we have 0303. Take chances, success, knowledge, friendship, impatience, freedom, optimism. When chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses. That's the impulse that you creative impulses, not all this past doohickey. You want creative impulses, okay? Where were we? Whether in your professional life or your personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in chances and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better. Baby, my voice is trying to go out. My voice, and it only seems to do that when I come around y'all. But it's okay because you know what? It can keep on going out, and I'm going to push and I'm going to fight through. I don't care how many times I got to clear it out. We're going to keep on going, right? So only invest yourself in the needs that feed. Figure out what that means for you. So, Rebels, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, regardless of where you are. I'm proud of you. Remember, creative impulses. So, as always, go live your life. Go make it do what it needs to do for you. And see you soon. Go, Rebels.